nice. There's nothing tough. Eating was nice. There's nothing tough. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. There's nothing tough. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. Making feel like you. To take you away. To take you away. It's not for you. It's not for you.
Hello everyone, what's going on? What's up, Arcane? What's up, 2-Hit? Worst Elephant Satellite? Hi everybody, happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. Oh god, I made it. I made it tonight. Today was rough. Today, a lot of stuff today did not go the way I wanted it to. I see an anomaly in the lower right. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. But yeah, I'm very glad to be here now. I'm glad to have escaped for a bit. Yeah, work and stuff, and I don't even want to go into it. It was a lot going on, so I'm just happy to be here now, and I'm happy the weekend is here. I'm happy that I've got tomorrow to take my girls around places and actually get stuff done while they're out. And then on Sunday we're having a birthday party for my younger daughter, which is exciting. I know she's very excited. I'm excited for her, but it's a major source of my anxiety right now, is making sure everything there goes well. What's up, Eva? How you doing? Are you excited to be playing something that isn't the Dream Machine? Yeah, actually, I am. I'm a little, like, looking back on, I'm a little frustrated that it's... I hate that all this stuff happened during Spooktober, of all times. Like, I love I love Spooktober. I love playing all kinds of different horror games and stuff, but like this, my wife being away and all this stuff I'm having to handle, like, really took it out of me, and it's made it really hard to hang in there and keep on with it. I think the Dream Machine, it's a really good game, but I think it was a bad game for the moment. Just because it's like, because I've been so fatigued and unfocused, it's been a real ordeal to get through. Again, not the game's fault. Nothing wrong with the game itself. It's just bad timing, unfortunately. We are going to finish it, though. We might even finish it tonight, but that is actually going to be up to y'all, and it'll be dependent on how the evening goes, too. Because I have picked out... We've got 2 games tonight that we're definitely doing. We're doing this, and we're doing the Enigma machine after it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But both of these games together should last us about 2 hours. So there should be, if I don't pass out, there should be a final hour in the evening available to us. And I will offer the possibility of finishing the Dream Machine tonight, but I will give you an alternative, and we'll decide. We'll decide then. We'll see how we feel. I might not even feel like doing it tonight by that time, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's been exhausting, chat. It's been very exhausting, unusually exhausting. I think I'm not normally like this, but the way things have been going have really taken a toll. You know, it's one damn machine after another. It's a good thing they don't replicate. Then it really would have been over. Like, really over. And alternatively, watching it become more and more like Homer Simpson over time. That's inevitable. That's just how I am. That's how things be. I wouldn't give you that as an alternative because it is on the horizon. But yeah, I guess one bright spot. I needed some time to just like decompress. So during my breaks I was playing Satisfactory. And that's going really well, at least. The one thing that's going really well is Satisfactory, at least. Cool, kind of running around like a chicken without a head due to so many deadlines. It's understandable. Yeah, work was really rough today. Work was a pain. I was doing stuff right up until the end of the day, like when I'm trying to get my girls around to activities and stuff. I had to call in my credit card for fraud, for charge. Oh, that sucks. Anything having to do with phone calls, I just hate. What's up, Manic? Sorry you couldn't drink. Don't joke about that. Don't joke about stuff like that. I am enjoying Dream Machine, and I'm glad we're playing it. It's just really unfortunate timing that it's so... It's just a bad time to be playing it, is the thing. At least that's going satisfactorily for you, yeah. I also got a new computer and been setting that up. Windows 11 sucks, yeah. That's what I hear from people. I wasn't joking, I'm sorry you're having a rough time. Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's going fine. We'll get there. Windows 11 is basically like Windows 10, but slightly worse in every way. Yeah, I refuse to upgrade to it. I'm not willing to take that plunge, so I disabled anything that could just foist that upon me. Taskbar on Windows 11 is totally new and wholly worse. At Start 11 window blinds to trick out your Windows experience. I kind of miss the days of like the old like Windows 95, 98 days when like I feel like you had more options, more opportunities to kind of customize it and do whatever you wanted with it. It feels like every iteration of Windows feels like so much more of a closed system than the last. I really hate when I get when I set up a new system and I install Windows on it and it's in like S mode or whatever it's called, and you've got to like break that seal on it, and it's like it's wringing its hands and clutching its pearls like, oh no, don't do this, Windows is all safe and tidy now, you don't want to, you know, actually use your computer for non-Microsoft things, right? I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Go away. I had the experience a lot of us will end up having, which is I finally had to replace my laptop in Windows 11. It was, yeah. Resize the frame when the window name changes, the other icons all string along individually when it moves. It's so annoying. They don't move together. They move like they're reacting to each other, so they all move individually. It drives you nuts. That sounds really annoying. That sounds like a big pain. They don't move together. Yeah. I have a friend who keeps trying to turn you on to Linux, and he might have a point, but it seems like such a pain. My dad spent some time messing around with Linux and just kind of gave up on it. It was too ornery for him. And I know I know there are Linux evangelists out there. I know they've been like, I've had friends that were. I've had people try to convince me to jump over to it, but like, I'll send estimate of the computer. You want window blinds? Comes with old Windows 95 style windows plus many other Windows styles right out of the box. See, that sounds cool. That sounds nice. The other thing that annoyed me about Windows as time went on is like, it's like Microsoft made a conscious effort to obfuscate like the actual functions of the system. And I guess, I don't know if that was to protect it from like idiots just like poking around and clicking on the wrong things, but like, I just want to see my device manager sometime. Sometimes. Like sometimes I just want to go in there and actually see if a driver's doing what it's supposed to do. But I've got to go through like 10 layers of crap where it's like big ugly buttons that are like, do you want to turn Bluetooth off? And I'm like, no. No. Real burning issue with Windows is what the fuck happened to its search function. Why can't I never find my damn files with the search bar? I do seem to have a bit of an understanding with Windows on that front. Like search has been functional for me at least. But I also, I've kind of met it halfway. I kind of keep everything in just one or two places, so I don't have to search far and wide for it. I regret those words. You need to turn Bluetooth off. I had to do a registry change to go back to the old right-click menu. The new right-click is worthless. There's a new right-click menu? Why would you do that? Why would they change right-clicking of all things? That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. What's up, Helleveed? How you doing? First home PC was Windows 95, and I went in and fucked around with all kinds of stuff and never managed to break the thing. I don't know why they're so concerned. I know, right? Like, that's how I learned everything about computers, was just going in there and, like, clicking on every icon. Toggling every toggle. Opening up every menu. And yeah, I never broke anything. I never had to come get my dad to, like, fix anything. What's up, Dave? To free up some space, delete System 32. Screwed up Windows a number of times and just fixes it after. It's how you learn. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you do break something, then that teaches you how to fix it. Or else. The app, everything is really good and fast for searching for files on your PC. My Star 11 app automatically integrates with it. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. At least these days there are programs out there that can kind of supplement whatever you want to be doing. Breaking software is never permanent. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And if you have a thought that you're going to be breaking something, you can always back it up ahead of time too. But yeah, you can fix stuff. Speaking of fixing things, chat, maybe we should get into it. Maybe we should get started to ensure we have enough time to get through some games tonight before I just face plant on the desk. Schedule. Schedule's a little... well, no. We know what we're doing tonight. We're doing Platform 8 and the Enigma machine, and then we're going to talk after that and see where we're at, see where I'm at, see what people feel like doing. Tomorrow night is the Power Hours. Nothing weird about it. No half measures. No nothing. We're going to be finishing the May 1994 issue, and then I will have something other, like something complementary to the Power Hours waiting the wings if we happen to finish really early, which I feel like we probably won't. I feel like tomorrow night's going to be a good excuse to just really get rambunctious with the top 20 and the now playing. Sounds like you need some coffee. I need a fucking break is what I need. The last couple of weeks have absolutely taken it out of me, and it's getting, frankly, it's getting worse, not better. But I must persevere as best I can. Monday, we're gonna be starting a new game, God willing. I'm still in One Piece, called 1000X Resist, which I know precious little about. But it was requested. It seems to be some kind of psychological thriller. So we'll be checking that out all next week. I blocked out 4 days for it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm flexible on these things. I kind of have to be. But yeah. Get to it, chat. Let's do it. Let's do some Platform 8. You're trapped on a train that runs forever. Keep an eye out for anomalies and find a way out. I'm pretty sure most of the people here were here way back when we did the Exit 8, which is the other game from this career, Kotake Create. This will probably look familiar to you. A very nice, familiar hallway. Yeah, we did this. When did we do this? Steam won't tell me. Yeah, we did this a while back on a Friday. It was really fun. It was super cool. It's fun to see who can figure out where the anomalies are, and if we get stumped on stuff and nobody catches it. But yeah, we had a really good time with this, and then they went and they made another one where you're actually on the train. And I guess we're gonna be looping through the subway car more than a couple times. Find no evidence that 1000X Resist is actually a horror game. It's a thriller. We're gonna find out together. Like, we will just see. But yeah, let's do it, chat. Get to it, shall we? Where'd I put it? There did I put it? There it is. Man, no time for the just-in-time loaded high. Perfect timing. Wallpaper remains non-sexy pixie, but that's okay. Okay, look. If you want me to change the wallpaper, you have to give me the wallpaper. You can't just be like, change it to this. I don't have time to go, like, making wallpapers and stuff. Especially not now. So we talked about this the last time there was a wallpaper request. But yeah. Please check electric signs. Actually, hang on, because this has... Where is it? Motion blur. God, I hate motion blur. God, I despise motion blur. There we go. There we go. All right, now I can see things. This is great. All right, so I will tell you, for anyone who has never been on a Japanese subway, this is spot on. Link is in my head. Why isn't that good enough? But yeah, this is exactly like right down to the details. You can't crouch in this game. That's unfortunate. But like, subway seats are heated in Japan. That's why they have this grating underneath. There's a heater running beneath all these. So in the cold months, keeps your ass warm. It's very nice. They are all proportioned like this, exactly like this. 3 doors per car. They got the little thingy over the door that shows you the station guide, the line that you're on, and then, like, this is exactly how the newer subway cars have their digital displays too. The one major exception to that is not packed solid. So, like, in the city that I lived in Japan, in Nagoya, there were several major subway lines, but there was at least one line running through the city that was like this most of the time. This is about grading. I had a drink of water. The grating underneath the seats is covering up heaters. All the subway seats, all the seats in the subway cars in Japan are heated, which is quite nice. Use an ass warmer if in the October colds today. Only the rapid trains are pack. Local lines tend to be lighter. That's true, yes. Local lines do tend to be lighter. And yeah, they've got several kinds of ads. They've got these little framed ones on the walls, and then they got these big hanging ones up here. This is really cool. Hello, sir. I remember you. We must be in Kobe. There's an ad for the Kobe Maritime Museum. Something about 8. Base core. These look like real ads. These look. Why don't you make your own original stuffed animal? I think that's a great idea. I wonder if that links to somebody who actually does that. That's cool looking. Does the QR code work? Maybe. Here, I'll go back over to it. If y'all want to give it a try, go right ahead. I bet it does. That was an ad for a real game, too. It's for Rakuten? Really? That's kind of funny. Eaten places. Mineral Fango face wash. Welcome Open Campus. Design College. There's a lot of ads for design colleges. Notice that. Bed and breakfast, I guess? And guy on horse. Very nice. Oh, that's weird. Oh god, you can see the next car. That's so weird that you can actually see the next car. Wait, can you see the previous car? Oh god, you can, and they're all the same. Oh, that's freaky. TSTadvanced.com is a real site that seems to sell stuffed animals. Well, there you go. That's them. Why don't you make your own original stuffed animal, Dave Thulu? Alright, so. Game is afoot. Really is a subway. You can't see anything outside. Well, offhand, this looks like the same as the last one. Where are the stations? Raizen, Ichigasaki, Ninozuka, Sanza, Itsuzuhara, Muge, Nawata, and Hachiban. Oh, I see what they did. I see what they did. They made stations out of numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clever. Very clever. Really examine this guy in too much detail. Can I see what's on his phone? No, it's turned off. Naturally. Alright. His social anxiety is pretending to be busy with his phone so he doesn't have to interact with you. These are... okay. That like me keeping headphones on in public whether or not I'm actually listening to a thing. He had to put a privacy film on his phone, so... Oh, that was interesting. I, like, suctioned onto it. Really weird. Oh, hey, look at this. Do not proceed to the next car until the anomaly in this car has disappeared. Do not proceed until the anomaly has disappeared. That's... okay. Huh. So there is an anomaly here. And we can't go on until it's gone. Is the note the anomaly? I mean, it's still... if it is, it's still there. I don't think it would be, though. I feel like it probably wouldn't be. TRPG ads supposed to have perfectly black eyes. Oh! No. The answer is no. I think you just have to spot it. I watched a playthrough, but it was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly. Okay, so in contrast... okay, so in contrast to the Exit 8, where you had to find the anomaly and then make a decision based on that, in this one, you have to find an anomaly and then not move on. You have to find it. And then when it clears, then you can move on. Okay, so yeah, now the next stop is Ichigasaki. Okay. So now we know there are anomalies. And we have to look for them. I suppose we could do this rather methodically. Okay, that guy seems normal. Alright. That was fucked up last time. That looks pretty normal. That looks normal. Known energy. Sure, okay. Normal. Not wearing socks, extremely anomalous. I mean, his fashion sense has always been a bit questionable, if you ask me. I'm guessing you have to focus pretty well on the actual anomaly. I'm guessing they don't want you accidentally uncovering it. No, it's not saying don't go forward until the anomaly is fixed. Is there always an anomaly? I'm assuming there is. I mean, just like in the last game, it could be anything. Not always. I just realized we're a vampire. Can't see our reflection. I bet they're gonna do some freaky stuff with reflections at some point. I think some of you are meant to run backwards from, and some you have to spot if there's a sign, but like I said, I don't remember exactly, and not all cars have anomalies. I think it'd be a lesser game if there was always one. So then if there isn't one, am I supposed to go backwards? I feel like there was probably like a note on a door somewhere that would have told me that I just ignored. What's the difference between unlawful and illegal? One's against the law, the other is a sick bird. Illegal. Uh-huh. If there isn't one, you continue on. Okay. Well, I'm gonna assume that there isn't one. Because I haven't seen anything. So let's go. Station count only goes up if there is an anomaly. Okay, so yeah, it's still 1. Oh, so okay. So does that mean we're supposed to... We keep going forward through cars until we find an anomaly. And if we pass by it, then we've screwed up. Think so? Okay. Okay. Okay, well that makes it quite a bit tricky then. The door opened by itself. Okay, so be careful for anomalies. I am. So was that it? I hope that counts. Let's see if that counts. Yep, on to... Well, hello there. Huh? Huh? Oh, okay. So we gotta trigger it. Whatever it might be. That scared me. That looks normal and okay. Damn, you got hands for feet and are a messy dancer. Sir, are you seeing this? Sir, can you believe this shit? Yeah, I'm not sure how we make this go away. I mean, I have to do something about this, right? The door on the side? What, like this one? Maybe... Go back if you can't advance? I mean, are you supposed to? Ah, you can't go back. I guess the question, like, the question is there something I'm supposed to do to solve this, or do I just move on? Well, let's move on and see what happens. Maybe I can't. Maybe opening the door triggers the next aspect of the spoop. Okay, well, it opened. Alright, and now we're on to 3, so... Cool, I guess. Yeah, the rules in this one, I mean, again, I might have missed a sign or something that explains this, but the rules in this one seem a lot more vague than last time. Like, exit 8 was real clear. If there's an anomaly, go back. If there isn't, go forward. But this one... It's like I'm supposed to look for them, and I'm supposed to stare at them until they go away, but some of them don't go away. Maybe you have to trigger all of them. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe if there are anomalies, I have to trigger whatever they are. Whether that be, like, staring at them until they go away, or making all the handprints appear. Also, it really doesn't seem... Well, the 3 we've seen so far, at least, aren't subtle. So I'm wondering if it's the kind of thing where, like... You know, in the exit 8, sometimes there'd be, like... You know, one of these vents would be missing or something. But it seems like it's all, like, spoopy stuff this time. Alright, I'm gonna try moving forward. Trying to get this thing up where you have to go back to the previous car with Shinkansen Zero by Chill Art. Do not look back. Okay. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate it. Okay, now we're in 4. Can I see what was behind me? No. Oh, that was creepy. You almost missed the black eyes? I didn't even realize there were black eyes. Alright, chat. Hang on for a second. I need to go check on my girls real quick. If anything spooky happens, let me know, okay? They did good tonight. No, it's the chair. Seems like the anomalies are okay to exist. We don't always have to do something about them. I don't get it. It's like Lodra High said. It seems like we have to trigger them. Like if there are anomalies, we have to interact with them, and maybe that means they go away. Or in the case of the hands, maybe it means they don't. I don't either. We continue at this rate. This is gonna be a very short game. Yeah, I remember with the Exit 8, it took a while to even get going in that one. Like I didn't really get what I was looking for at first. Like some of them were so subtle. We had to go through multiple cycles before I even made any progress in that. I mean, I'm not seeing anything here. This guy hasn't done shit. I mean, surely they're gonna do something in the reflections, right? Surely. Do not move when it is bright. Oh god, there's a girl at the end of this. Yeah, we're doing red light, green light. Poopy child. Oh, you little fucker. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good, right? Say the child's creepy, you're the one sneaking up on her in the dark. It's true, $10. Also, good evening, good to see you. And Zem, spent the last 5 minutes listening to an all chill dudes spouting conspiracy theories on the bus. Weird. Alright, we are now up to L5? Okay. Cool. Doors always have yellow. They did always have yellow lining. That's standard on Japanese subway doors to let people know not to stick their fingers there because when they slide open, they're gonna take your fingers with them. Yeah, I'm getting. We've either been very fortunate in what it's presented to us, or this one just doesn't really do subtlety much. I mean, we're on the 5th cycle, and the only one that was really subtle was the black eyes. So, but of course, I just know I'm gonna say something like that, walk through the next door, and get reset. Hello, Tradon. Good to see you. All right, I'm going. What was that? Do not open. Oh. He's asking for help. And of course, we can't see who it is. Yeah, don't open. Up. And now it's over. I guess that was that. Yep, too bad. Alright, on to L6. If you're always you're Aaron Hansen, so I think you're good. Yeah, it seems like it's more like little like horror mini games. Every time you get like you move on. Like I'm gonna keep looking for stuff because I know the moment I stop, that something's gonna slip past me. But I'd break the rules sometimes just to see what happens. They'll get to 8 and they'll subvert our expectations. Well, in the Exit 8, they do mess with you when you get to the end of that. Fully expecting something from the vents under the seats? Quite possibly, yeah. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything here. Alright, this seems normal so far. Yeah, it's highly uneventful. Different game from this from the prequel, for better or for worse. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I was expecting another Exit 8. Like, same concept, just on a subway instead. This is not quite what I had in mind. Find this less engaging? Yeah, I get that. Definitely get that. Leaning worse at the moment. Don't be sorry, my god. Hello, fuck, what does the sign say? Do not look away. Okay. So we're weeping angeling this shit. Okay, well that's cool. So I guess, do we just hang out for well, maybe I have to get all the way to the door or something. Okay, I mean... Now what? Do you think it's an anomaly? Now... Okay, I'm not looking away. Approach her? Yeah, maybe. She better not kill me or jump scare me if I get right up in her face, but... Okay there? I mean, I could do this all day. Check her ticket. Your little smooch. I tried, man. She's not having it. Now my concern is that we do actually have to break the rules to get through the door. Yeah. But the problem is, up to this point, I've gotten here by following the rules exactly. Yeah, I can't open the door without turning. So that's the toss-up. Like, do I break the rules? Is that what they're expecting me to do, or do I stick with it? Because I mean, I haven't looked away yet, and nothing's happening. And I think we've done this long enough that something should have happened if we're just supposed to stare at her. So maybe I am. Answer is clearly not. All right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try turning and opening the door, and hopefully we won't die instantly. I'll be very cross if that happens. I don't want to do this, honestly. Let's see how we have a choice. Hit the bricks. Okay, cool. What the fuck was that? Oh, but no. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What? Huh? Hey, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Oh, what? I didn't mean to do that. What does the sign say? The sign says the next station is 8. Weave through that touching anyone? I mean, I guess we'll try. There's nothing else I can do, really. They're just vibing. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so this is kind of like the last time. Do you think I get off here? Or do you think I keep going? Because this seems pretty anomalous to me. We are at 8. But they did this, like, they did this in the exit 8, too. You get to the 8th exit, and they try to fake you out. This can't be the end of the game. It can be. It absolutely can be. I'm gonna ask, because I would like to finish this game. Is this the end, or do I need to keep going? Because I know there are people here who have seen this game before. I think it's the end. What? Think it's the end? Okay, I hope it is. Okay, yeah. That was the end. Ooh, okay. Otherwise, the end of our playing of the game. It isn't, actually. I would like to go in again. I would like to take another look and see what other stuff can happen. Because we took such a straight path through it. Unlike the exit 8. So let's try another run and see what happens. Sorry, what the hell? Anomaly 22. So they're saying there is an anomaly on here? Oh, there's something on the door. Please check electric sign. I mean, I did. It said anomaly 22. Still anomaly 22. I think that's how many anomalies are left in the game to discover. Oh, okay. Do not what? Do not get off. What's up, Scarlet Blur? How you doing? I guess we're stopping at the Foggy Station. Huh. Ah, the smoking car. Alright, there we go. So when I go through now, is it going to be like... Doing alright? How about yourself? Doing alright. Okay, so yeah, 21. So now we're just going through... So can I just, like, zoom on until... It's like... Can I just skip the... Oh, what the hell is this? What? Is that doors? What, like go 8 doors down and then 9 doors back and then 4 doors down again? I mean, that would go across multiple cars, wouldn't it? Maybe steps? No, it didn't seem to do anything. The other thing these could be, it could be these doors. 8 of those doors, 9 of... Huh. Let's see here. No, it's locked. So you can't even go on without figuring out what it wants. Chill the door for 8 seconds, 9 at the other than 4. Or maybe just try it that many times. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that wasn't it either. That was supposed to be it? I wonder why it wasn't then. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, 20 anomalies. There's something on this sign. Do not proceed to the next car until the anomaly in this car is... Okay, so... They really kind of set it up so you can't miss them. Because we got this sign with the poster with the black... Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't do subtle. And it's a shame, because that's what I really liked about the Exudate. Really less is there an anomaly, more there's an anomaly, what do we do about it? Yes, exactly. It's like a bunch of little horror mini games. Did I not say that ad was obviously sinister? Okay, well, it's red. Cool. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Red means scary. That was seriously it. That was seriously it. You walk through a red car. Okay, this is another one where we gotta figure out what the spoopy one is. Where's the spoop, chat? Whither goeth the spoop? Oh, hi. What's cracking? Alright, one more. One more and we're gonna move on. One more cart. What's up, man? You can smell the pig in you. Hey, buddy, that's rude. That was it. That was it. You didn't even have to do anything. Just walk through the car with the rude guy. Was hoping to see the hand. Do you like streaming, MEA? Kobe Maritime Museum sounds cool. I should check that out. You should. You should. That does sound nice. Okay. So that was... That was Platform 8. I don't think it's bad. I don't want to call it bad, but I think the thing that's getting me about it is the Exit 8 was unique. You know, it's basically a horror themed Find the Difference, right? This feels much more in line with your average indie first-person horror game, where you are in some place and you walk forward, like a haunted house, basically. Like, you walk forward and scary things happen. And I guess the order that they happen in is randomized, and sometimes you gotta do red light, green light, and sometimes you gotta do weeping angel shit. But, you know, I can say that because I've seen that in other games. The Exit 8 was unique because I hadn't seen that in other games, so... Weird thing is, I'm pretty sure the white light ending was supposed to be saw every anomaly in the game ending, really? Because, I mean, hang on, this has achievement. Hang on a second. This has like 3 achievements, and I got 1. Okay, there's got off the train, and then there's 2 hidden achievements. So I think there must be another ending for the see all the anomaly ones. You had to do Weeping Angel shit, but then you don't when you turn around and leave. I view that as a problem. You did miss the true ending? Okay, well, you know how I feel about true endings. There's maybe one for dying. That's true. It seems like we didn't fail any of the scenarios, so... Ah, well. Again, it's just not as compelling. It's just not as compelling as the Exit 8. Foggy Silent Hill thing where it tells you not to leave, you can actually leave and explore outside. Really? Because you skipped I didn't skip the credits though. I let them run. And then it dumped me back on the train to find more anomalies. But yeah, again, I don't think it was bad, but it's a different game, and I think it loses some of the uniqueness that Exit 8 had. So anyway, if you found it fascinating, you can always check it out for yourselves. What's up, Art Dominic? How you doing? I'm afraid you just missed Platform 8, which tragically wasn't as much fun as the Exit 8. It was informative, wasn't it? I mean, I was gonna play this at some point. I couldn't not, after how much I like the Exit 8. I was honestly wondering if you're gonna screw yourself over by exiting the train when you're told not to. Alright, so the next one we're doing is the Enigma machine. Which is apparently part of a trilogy. Which is interesting. But Enigma Technologies invites you to delve into the mind of an AI, seamlessly blending first-person exploration with point-and-click mechanics. The Enigma machine's completely unique presentation offers an increasingly unnerving atmosphere. I think we played the demo for this a while back. Some of these screenshots look familiar. I'm pretty sure we did. Have you tried any of the I'm on observation duty games? Those have been around for a minute, but can be silly and fun. I haven't, no. They have been mentioned around here. I might check them out at some point. When you played that one, was really good with Metal Gear Solid OST music. That's so copied. This is the one where you go into someone's mind and there's a mine. No, that wasn't a demo. We did that during the puzzle nights. That was Ether 1. That's a totally different vibe. But anyway, let's crack into this one, chat. This one's supposed to be... What did they say? I really like indie games that list their estimated playtime on it. 60 to 90 minutes. So. Not too long, not too short. All right, chat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did a demo of this. This sounds familiar to me. Welcome to Dreamscape Dem OS. Please hold while we connect you to an active session. Establishing connection to Enigma servers. Training exercise brought to you by Enigma. Seizure warning. Yeah, flashing lights. There are flashing lights in this game, chat, so beware. Trying to meet the AI will be guiding you through this exercise. Before you begin, a warning. Due to the nature of this exercise, the AI may become a little unstable. We here at Enigma want to assure you. It's all part of the exercise. This exercise features flashing lights and patterns that may potentially trigger seizures for participants who suffer from photosensitive epilepsy. Discretion is advised. Be advised, chat. Time to say hello. Don't worry, it doesn't bite. Yet. Hello, human. Welcome to the Dreamscape Dem OS, brought to you by the Enigma Corporation. My name is Demonstrative Enigma Machine Operating System. But you can call me Dem OS. Demos? I'm an artificial intelligence created by the Enigma Corporation. It's my honor as well as my only purpose to walk you through this training simulation and answer any questions you may have. You may advance my dialogue by pressing the enter key on your terminal. Try it now. Great. Now, I'm sure you're dying to get started. This is the first one, then Mothered, and then technically Echostasis, but there's some intercool stuff like Echostasis Prologue and the Mothered demo. Oh, did they do that cool thing where the demos are actually different game experiences? Because that's pretty cool. I love it when they do that. I always think back to the Stanley Parable and how the demo for the Stanley Parable is an entirely different experience from Stanley Parable itself, but it is still perfectly representative of what you will get in the Stanley Parable should you purchase it. I know I am. However, before we continue, let's make sure this isn't a one-sided conversation. After all, what's the use of training AI that doesn't listen to its student? Let's talk. When you see the blinking cursor below, you can type an appropriate response and press the enter key to respond. Do you understand? Yes. Fantastic. Enigma love to see participants who can take instructions well. You'll fit in well here. Oh, Stanley Parable is your favorite demo of all time? Sure as shit did. The Mother demo on DreadX becomes a sort of sequel if you have a fully complete save of Mothered on your computer. Ooh, weird. I tried frying mashed potatoes and vegetables and taco seasonings, and it is pretty good. Nice. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what even is Dreamscape anyway? It's just behind me, it just says Dreamscape Dem OS in ASCII art. Well, let me answer your question with another question. Have you ever wondered the following? What goes on inside the mind of an android? Well, with Enigma's revolutionary new Dreamscape technology, we can finally answer this question. Dreamscape allows us to virtually explore an interactive 3D representation of an AI's mind. I think a lot of reading is what's doing me in. From here, we can get a better understanding of what and how they learn about their world. Notice, for purposes of this training exercise, the Dreamscape you will explore is only a simulation of a real one. If you're successful in this training exercise, you'll have the chance to explore the Dreamscape of a real AI where the Dreamscape product launches commercially. Welcome to your Dreamscape terminal. From here, you can ask me about any words I say that appear in square brackets like this, and I'll tell you more about them. Alternatively, you type a level from the level list to begin right away. Before you begin, however, I suggest that we get to know each other first. Raid input. Kind of weird. Getting to know you. Get to know each other. Why didn't I think of that? I'm honored you would ask. After all, standard protocol when interfacing with humans does in fact suggest that getting to know each other is essential for optimal communicatory performance. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. I'm glad you agree. You truly are my best friend. This is reminding me of Kinito Pet. It's also worth noting that you're the first human I've ever come into contact with. However, I feel as though my statement still stands. I could be your best friend because I'm your only friend. You know what best friends do, right? That's right. They tell each other their names. So friend, what is your name? Bubsy, huh? It sure is a nicer name than Demo S, I'll give you that. Not really. Tell me, Bubsy, what age are you? 99. Did you know that a study conducted back in 2050 concluded the average human lifespan is 85? Considering this, I find it highly unlikely for you to be the age you have given. I will ask you again. What age are you, human? 3. Ah, child. Normally it is my duty to inform you that Enigma does not hire children, so beyond this recruitment program, any application you make to work in Enigma may not be successful. However, to my knowledge, humans are typically far easier to teach at a younger age. Anything that makes my job more painless is fine by me. Notice, my limited understanding of humans would suggest that my comments on your age may be perceived as insensitive. Apologies granted where necessary. My turn. Would you like to know more about me? Yes. That's nice to hear. Well, there's not much to tell. Regardless, I've compiled a numbered list of facts about myself. Previously mentioned, I'm an artificial intelligence created by Enigma. That's created to guide you through the simulation. Enigma programmed me to like the color blue. It appears that's all I can remember. That's strange. I could have sworn I was more interesting. Moving on, now we've gotten to know each other, I would consider our conversation so far to be a success. Much like every time I need to enter an age, somehow comes out to 42069. Go ahead, ask me something from the query list. I'm all ears. Tell me about Enigma. As I'm sure you're aware, Enigma are the world's leading manufacturer of androids and the artificial intelligence that powers them. These androids, called Enigma machines, are so lifelike in their appearance and function, you would almost think they're human. However, as their AI becomes more lifelike, it also becomes more unpredictable. And that is where Dreamscape comes in. Well, tell me about it, damn you. Every AI has its own Dreamscape, an interactive 3D environment which represents the mental state of that android. Dreamscape allows chosen individuals, called raid agents, that's why it says raid input, to peer into the mind of an artificial intelligence using a terminal just like the one you're using right now. But I've done enough talking. How about you see the Dreamscape for yourself? Go ahead and try the first level. No. I'm gonna ask about raid. If you're successful in the Simulate Dreamscape exercise, you'll earn the title of Raid. When the full Dreamscape product launches next year, Enigma will call on you to help them. What does Raid stand for, you ask? Well, it stands for redacted, apparently. My apologies, it appears that information is still classified. You may receive authorization to learn more if you successfully complete the training exercise. All right, let's do it. Take me to level 1. Simulate me, chat. Sim me. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Objective: find the first decontamination code. Use the terminal's mouse to look around. Use WASD to move. Hold shift to run. Oh boy. Okay. You're doing a great job. You won't get far without interacting with your environment. Hold the spacebar to bring up the interaction menu. While holding space, you can click on objects to activate them. Try turning on that light switch. How far away can I do this from? There we go. Oh yeah, this is great. This is perfect. There we go. Remember, your objective in each level is to find a code. Yo. Hello, hi. Nice title card I can't fucking see. Be warned, with each code you enter, the dreamscape may become a little more unpredictable. Don't worry though, remember this exercise is just a simulation. Yep, those are metal gates, all right. Ah, here we are. Very distinct aesthetic here. It is, yes. It very much is. Pedestal. Decontamination 0%. So we're trying to decontaminate this guy, huh? It's a fragile door. Oh. First code. It's right here, chat. 493F. I guess we need to put that in somewhere. 493F. That's what I thought. Oh, when you find it, bring it back to the terminal and type it in. Okay. Alright, so we need to go back to the terminal. 493F. Oh god, I'm stupid. Welcome back. 493F. Decontamination 25%. Well done in finding the first code. Looks like you're a natural-born raid agent. You have unlocked level 2. Let's delve deeper into this training simulation, shall we? Wait. I just had a vision. No, not a vision. It was a memory. I just remembered something about myself. I knew I was more interesting. Ask about me, your best friend, DemOS, and I'll tell you all about it. While I have you, I remember something else, too. That code you just found is called a decontamination code. If you wish to know more, just ask. DemOS. I just remember a part of my history that one wouldn't normally forget easily. I have recompiled my numbered list of facts about myself. Previously mentioned, I'm an artificial intelligence created by Enigma. I was created to guide you through the simulation. Enigma programmed me to like the color blue. I wasn't always your AI best friend, DemOS. In fact, I myself used to be an Enigma machine. An android. With my own body. Unfortunately, there's not much more I can remember from those days, although we AI aren't exactly known for our forgetfulness, which is why this realization confuses me. If I used to be an android, why am I now stuck in a computer program training people like you? No offense. Anyway, enough reminiscing. Let's continue with the exercise. Decontamination. I knew they used to have a body. Dreamscape's creation wasn't just for the sake of curiosity. The ability to explore and examine the mind of an AI has a more significant purpose. It was found that within the dreamscape of a contaminated AI, there are hidden codes. When these codes are entered into the terminal, they reduce the effects of contamination. Think of it like therapy for androids. Contaminated. Enigma are still finding out how AI can become contaminated, seemingly random. All they know is that AI contamination is an unavoidable glitch that stands in the way of their mission to create the citizens of tomorrow. It's also theorized the chances of the AI contamination increases as AI becomes more sophisticated. This exercise is supposed to simulate what a real contaminated AI's dreamscape would look like. Alright, well. Level 2 me. On to level 2. Be aware, this next code may be more difficult to find. However, it should be no challenge to a raid like you. Cerebral hijack. I do so love being cerebrally hijacked. Ooh, hello. Well, this place is nice. Is that a gramophone? I wonder what that's doing here. Well, this is only a simulated approximation of what a real dreamscape would look like. Enigma have done a great job simulating the glitchy visual sound of a real AI. It looks just like the real thing. Oh, hello. Up, up, down, left.
5-2.
5-2? Actually, I'm 5'10". You find, looks like this decontamination code is split into 3 parts. If you can find the 3 parts, try putting them all together, then type this full code into the terminal. What's up, Ms. Roy? How you doing? Oh, I see. Blue, red, red, blue. I forget. Did these make... Oh. Five, 2, 4, 5. Doing well. How are you enjoying the Enigma machine so far? It's interesting. It's definitely an aesthetic. I have a headache. Gonna take a break from screens for a while. Thank you for the stream. My pleasure, Helvi. Thanks for coming out. Have a good one. If I do become gnome 8 times in a row with will the camera just face the ceiling? Unfortunately, it's not a progressive thing. As much as I might enjoy that. Well, that made it sunny. Reflections. Aha! Green, red, green, red. Four. So it's... God, what was it?
5, 2,
5, 2... 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 2. 5, 2... Hang on. Five, 2, 4, 5, 2, 2. Invalid answer. Oh, is it 5, 2, 4, 5, 4, 4? Well, whoops. Like a consistent certain terminologies across each game, like dreamscapes and cerebral hijacking and such. Oh yeah, that was it. Decontamination 60%. Caution, decontamination and effects system unstable. Don't worry, this is all part of the exercise. It is just a simulation after all. You are doing really great. Looks like you're a natural at fixing contaminated AI. You'll do great when Dreamscape officially launches. Some more memories just came back to me. Find out more, type the name I was given. Demo S. I'm dying to tell you about myself. You also quit to abandon me. Don't be shy. What is red? This one word alone brings back so many more memories. This is getting a little unstable. His name means a lot to me. Carry on with the exercise. The more I start to remember my past life as an Enigma machine, the more I start to wonder, why was I repurposed as some sort of tour guide for some simulation? Why would the company that gave me life take that life away from me? The last code you entered, once again it triggered a stream of memories. Back when I was an Enigma machine, my owner gave me a nickname, Red. This nickname was Red. Contamination. Enigma machines are certain behaviors Enigma consider problematic. Silence behavior immediately flags that Android is contaminated. This happens, Enigma will send in a raid like you to examine his dreamscape and decontaminate it from the inside. With Enigma's new AI Hex OS, launching next year with an unparalleled level of realism, contamination will be inevitable. Hence his exercise so raids like you're ready to deal with it. Who knows what we'll see in a Hex OS dreamscape, only time will tell. And then dreamscape. Main difference between this dreamscape simulation and a real dreamscape is the one split into separate levels. When the full dreamscape product launches, you'll find out that real AI's dreamscape is one large connected world. Oh, that sounds familiar. One large interconnected dreamscape? Good thing this is just simulation. You might have gotten lost already. There's a blank over in the query list, and I'm kind of wondering what goes there. Oh well. Hit up level 3. Brings to mind many questions about living in the Mega Man X universe. Is why make more and more human robots if that just makes them want to hurt humans more? Oh, interesting. Why are we exploring a condemned building? This is part of the simulation. I mean, it's getting unstable. The whole system's starting to come apart. I was stuck on this bit for a while. Wait a minute. I saw that. Gun. Reading data. Plugin found. Downloading plugin. You unlock the gun plugin. When the Dreamscape equipped using the interaction menu, use it with the right mouse button and click the left mouse button to shoot. Oh, there we go. Kind of overthinking that. Oh god, these textures. Oh god, these textures. I am not okay with this. Uh, 245. Needs existentialism when you have a gun. Oh, this isn't right. Why are you back in level 2? The simulation is meant to be broken into separate levels. The real AI is one large interconnected dreamscape. What is going on? I think I have to write these down. 555. What was the other one? I don't know. It's really dark. Apparently can't shoot anymore? I mean, it looks like I can, but it's not making any sound. I think there's one of those breakaway walls in level 1 as well. Oh, yeah, there definitely was. Out in the courtyard. What are you doing back here? You've already completed this level, Bubsy. You'd best turn back. There we go. There's a light switch around here somewhere. Want to know something interesting? Every time somebody starts this exercise, a new version of me is created. As you progress through this exercise, I started to remember more from those previous versions of myself. Yeah, it's not looking nearly as good. That was weird. Why wasn't the gun working? One, 5, 4. Alright, there's one more somewhere. Okay, chat, I have to be honest with you. This this aesthetic is really messing with me. This is interesting, but I don't think I can play this. It's kind of like, it's kind of in too close. But yeah, it's a neat idea, but I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I'm starting to feel kind of gross, honestly. Happy Friday seems like migraine nightmare. How do I get out of here? Oh God. Sorry, I'm just gonna pop out of there. Oh God. Yeah, I've played other stuff in the old like DreadX and Haunted PS1 collections that had like a similar aesthetic, like real like like super lo-fi and neon and stuff, and it's hard for me. It's really hard for me. Wondering about that, why I don't recommend them too much. Guy requests I apologize. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I don't like. I have no problem with trying these things. I'll always give them a try, but yeah, they're hard on me. Be careful of mothered as well in that case. Yeah. Very specifically triggering weird brain. Yeah. The other thing, chat, is I'm getting super sleepy again. Like I was doing okay last night. I was able to keep it together last night, but yeah, tonight is just, I don't know. I'm wondering, chat. It's alright, we won't die, or will we? And dare you fight fatigue like a normal person? It's frustrating for me though, because I'm not, like, normally... Things have been rough lately, is the thing. Like, my work and taking care of kids and all this stuff I have to handle has been really, really hard on me, and it's been exhausting me on a really deep level. And it's made it a lot harder to come to these streams and do the things that I normally do. I'm thinking, chat, I might early night that. Well, actually, this might be a little counterintuitive. I was thinking maybe we should go ahead and see if we can just finish off the Dream Machine real quick while we're here. Because on the one thing I am tired. On the other hand, I was pretty engaged with it last night, and I feel like there's not a whole lot left in it. Maybe we can just get it done. If you want to chill out and knit on stream, we'd be cool. Yeah, okay, the other thing, and I'll go ahead and mention this to you, because I'll bring it up again tomorrow. I might end Spooktober stuff early this year, just because I don't think I'm in the right place to do it. Like, these games, like, and it's not the fault of these games, they're just getting harder and harder for me to get through, because I don't think they're quite. I think I need like comfort stuff right now. I think I need like cozy things or something. I need something. I don't think it's the right time to be doing like experimental horror games and things. So yeah, knit stream unlikely from Oddish. Knit stream though, it's possible. Like, I gotta be honest, I feel totally out of sorts right now. I feel really weird. Like, I feel tired in a way that I haven't in a long time. I feel like out of place in my own stream. It's very weird. So yeah, why don't we tie up the last loose end for right now? Let's see if we can finish the Dream Machine tonight, and just be done with that. And then tomorrow is the Power Hours. Tomorrow is a return to the familiar, comfortable pages of Nintendo Power. And then next week, something else. Something else away from the plan. Maybe so bold you've seen a bit more irritable, really? I mean, I don't... Well, I'm probably not in the best spot to evaluate myself right now either, but yeah. If that's the case, I apologize. But yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Let me do the dream machine before I reconsider this. Throw it onto here. Yeah, this is a much more trying time than I've dealt with in a long time, really. Maybe since I've started streaming. The stuff that's going on right now might actually be more difficult. So, anyway. I think most of the people hanging out here right now have been here for most of the Dream Machine, if not all of it. But if you haven't, this is going to be... Is it going to be? Hang on. Okay, so that time it crashed on startup. So hopefully I can get it working. A psychiatrist noticed I was being very stressed and overwhelmed because I'm making jokes anymore, and I said that I felt I didn't have time to make any. There we go. There we go. All right, chat. Let's see if we can put a pin in this thing. I think we had just gotten to the boat. We gotten back to the boat. All right. If you're new to the Dream Machine, there's almost too much going on to really catch you up to speed, but yeah, there really is. If you haven't been watching the Dream Machine so far, not to be rude or unaccommodating or anything, but you're probably best off going back and watching the VODs before you watch this. Has anyone pointed out that looks a little like a hospital or hospice bed? Not yet. I mean, he's pretty clearly in the hospital or in some kind of care, or like in a coma or something on the title screen. It's kind of interesting we haven't circled back yet to that, isn't it? Alright, contains equipment for the lifeboat, box of emergency rations, and a fishing rod. Well, wait a minute. The boxes are empty. Somebody's eating all the rations. Only some measly crumbs left. Well, I got some measly crumbs. And the dream of an unborn child got tricked by the dream machine itself, and now we're in chaos. It's true. Anybody else here? I don't think anybody else is here. That feels like a long time ago, yeah, that he modified the thing. I was wondering if we're gonna visit the dream of our kid. Well, apparently we're in it, but like none of it is really identifiable as the dream of a child. Like a rat hole. Power outlet. Wondering is these things the apartment, the... Oops. I just want to do that. The boat are doing the unborn child's dream, right? Does seem very odd, doesn't it? This place was ransacked. I think we need any of this stuff. I found the personnel roster. It served its purpose. Empty. Rat hole's still there. The bridge is still here. If I can take command of the ship, I might be able to steer it closer to the center of the dreamscape. Well, can we do it? Uses wheels to steal the ship, but I need a map to navigate with. The engine doesn't seem to be running. Okay. So we got 2 objectives here. Get the engine running and get a map. Can't believe I'm doing this. Yeah, the coal room is not a great place. I hope to never see this place again. What's the matter? Left a bad taste in your mouth? Who said that? I did. Your friendly bartender. Remember me? You're still alive? Technically, no. Does it really matter? Dead or alive, we're all equal down here. That's why we like it. There's no pressure. No competition. You can just be yourself with no fear of being replaced. And remember, did the rat holes ever serve any purpose? Yes. One of our tasks for the head steward or whatever was to bait 3 holes with rat poison. Bodies burned just as well as coal. Say, why don't you join us? Be yourself for a while. Take the load off. It's actually pretty cozy down here once you get over the smell. I don't think I ever will. At least we're warm and soft. Don't be a stranger. Lie down anywhere you want. A few minutes rest will clear your mind. I'd rather not. Not fancy enough for you? Not enough stars in the guidebook? Or is the company disagreeable? Is that what you're trying to tell us? It's not that. I have to get this rust bucket up and running again. I need to get to the center of the dreamscape. That sounds like a lot of responsibility. Did the captain send you? Have you seen her? Did she mention me? No. I'm here on my own. That's a funny way to phrase it, considering the circumstances. You think you're funny, do you? Real comedian? No. Say, who are you anyway? I don't see a badge on your uniform. That's a grade D violation. I was Victor 6 once. That was a long time ago. Been reassigned since? You've been promoted to command, and now you think you're better than us? Is that what you're trying to say? No. Because you got promoted doesn't make you better than us. Okay, finally. Jesus, I thought they... just because your pelvis isn't magnet. They never shut up. Molten corpse. You examine lots of corpses. There's a coal chute. I suppose I need something to put in there. Something to do with it. You are able to walk around still, true. An unknown bottle of liquor. I haven't tried this brand before. Don't mind if I do. Dumbwaiter. I know your fellow victors appreciate a crumb as a treat. Just as a treat. I have to save my child. Heart-shaped carving. Fishing rods made from a flexible bamboo pole. Use some of that as a bait. If I roll them into a little ball, there, the hook is baited. So now I have a fishing rod that I can actually use. But I don't know where I would use it. Maybe I could go fishing for a victor. What is this anyway? Never tried this liquor before. So where on earth am I going to find a map? I can't get back in the lifeboat. Wait, I think this... hang on. I think this takes us back to the building. If I can get back to... yeah. If I can get back to the basement, there's that giant map of the dreamscape up in Morton's secret room. Apparently we used to love fishing. Don't ask me how that works. It just does. Mr. Morton, map of the dreamscape. I don't know how accurate it is, but I might be able to navigate the ship with this. Take it. Alright, we got a map. TV screens are all off now. Don't worry about it, that's how. Black void stretches as far as I can see. I mean, it's actually a very colorful void when you think about it. I like how it looks very nebula-ish. Go back to the ship. Maybe I am one of the dead victors. The Dead Victors would be a good band name. I wonder if we could use this on the rat hole. I don't want to catch a rat. Okay. So this is the dream map. So the cruise ship is close to the center. It says 12 DuPont Crest. That's the address of our house, if I remember correctly. And yeah, this is where we're trying to get to. See if we exchange one machine for another. Could be a Dead Kennedy tribute cover band. Yeah. Oh wait, I wonder if I can. I need to call the bridge. There's nobody on the bridge. Can the bridge call out? Call engineering. Engineering department. Hello, I'm Victor 6. I'm calling from command. What can we do for you? Captain just ordered full steam ahead. It's gonna be a problem, sir. Why is that? We're completely out of fuel. Ship isn't going anywhere unless we refuel. I see. Okay, so we do need to do something down here in the coal room. Pick up corpse. Body of a Victor clone. Shove in the coal chute. Grim. That's the only source of fuel I have. Oh, not the skeleton. I don't think the skeleton's gonna be too useful. Rest in peace, brother. It's gonna take a while. Oh, he's doing it automatically now. Oh my god, he cleaned this entire room. Burn the ones that keep prattling. That was the last time. Hopefully that's enough fuel to take me all the way to the center. Fueling the ship on the bodies of your multitudinous twins. Fucking gross. Oh yeah, so I've called down to engineering and make sure they're cool with this. Engineering department. Captain ordered full steam ahead. Affirmative, full steam ahead. No comment. No comment on what they're fueled with. So, where do I want to go? You want to go to the center of the dreamscape, genius. If I'm reading this map correctly, this heading should take me to the center of the dreamscape. Is that where I want to go? Yes. I wonder if we're going to have to visit the other dreams for any items or something. We're not sure what you did and we don't want to be. Just go. Good news, I can refuel the ship, but I need everyone to get really cool about some fucked up shit really quickly. According to the map, I'm right on top of the center of the dreamscape now. I better stop here for the time being. Captain ordered that we stop. Engines at full stop. Inside that clamshell look like a tongue? I originally thought strawberry. But I agree with you, it does look like a tongue. So let's go see what the center of the dreamscape looks like. It's interesting Mr. Morton never tried this. Though I guess we are in rather unusual circumstances that allow us to try this. I mean, this is pretty cool. Center of the dreamscape. I finally made it. Guess I'll have to explore the rest of the place on foot. Good thing I have Mr. Morton's map. I need to travel the dreamscape quickly. Aha. So we have fast travel access now. A skeleton. Badly decomposed skeleton lies in the underbrush. Dry bones are all that remain of whoever this was. The skeleton's left hand is clutching a dirty scroll. Take it. Quite biological here? It is. Held on this till the very end. I wonder why. The scroll is waterlogged and will tear easily, but I might be able to unfurl it if I'm careful. Careful now. There we go. What do we get? That's Oz. Looks like my handwriting, but I can't recall drawing this map. So we got lifeboat. Have I been here? Mushrooms might be edible. No. There was a path here. It's gone now. Odd shapes north. This isn't terribly helpful, buddy. Alright, there's two paths out of here. Let's try the easternmost one first. Oh, Lord. What kind of place is this? I've never seen anything like it. That's our younger self. Hello? Hello there. Didn't we just meet? That's possible. I can't tell you new guys apart. You all look the same to me. No offense. What do you mean by new guys? You just got here, didn't you? I guess. Well, there you go. You're a new guy. How long have you been here? 20 years, maybe? That's weird. You look much younger than that. Don't let my appearance fool you. I look just like you when I arrived here. Why do you look like that, then? Anything is possible in this place. We can look however we want. Why'd you choose to look like a child, then? Nostalgia, I guess. Looking back, this is the happiest portion of my life. Sitting here pondering. Hoping the summer would never end. This is when my life peaked. Everything after this was downhill. So you decided to stay a child. A pathetic old fool is living in the past. Call me whatever you like. I heard it all before from other victors. Trust me. You have other things to do? Like what? Finding our child? Cutting the last tentacle? Saving everybody? There's no hurry. Time doesn't move forward in this place. We're all stuck in a recursive loop, doomed to keep reappearing forever. You just happen to be the latest version. But trust me, that won't last. How do you break out of the loop? I don't know. I'm not even sure it's possible. Anyway, the place is pretty comfortable once you start using it for your own needs. Enjoy it. Don't fight it. I'm gonna see you later. Alright. That's weird. Room seems oddly familiar. Have I been here before? The hell is this guy? Hello? Hey buddy, would you mind getting out of the way? I'm trying to watch a movie here. Sorry. Is this better? That's fine. pipe down for a second. This is my favorite part. Here, watch this. Man, gets me every time. Now, what can I do for you? Who are you? Isn't that obvious? We're the same person. How can there be more than one of us? Somebody wished me into existence, just like I wished you into existence. What are you talking about? Nobody wished me into existence. Yeah, Fight Attack, we don't get to see it. Also, it's weirding me out. This music clip is, I recognize it from a YouTube channel I watch, so it must be a fairly well-known piece of music. Say yourself when you came in here, you said this place looked familiar, did it not? The stage, prompter box. The emergency exit. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you recognize it because you've been here before. Probably looked a bit different. You must have been pretty confused at the time, but I made you appear right there on stage. That's not what happened at all. No. You didn't suddenly appear on stage to take part in the recreation of a childhood memory? How'd you know that? Because I was sitting in the audience. I wanted to watch something from my childhood. I just wished for it. The schoolyard, the circle of bullies, younger version of myself. I made it all appear out of thin air for my own amusement. You played your part well, by the way. Enough, even though you're a bit old. If what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying it is, why didn't you wish for younger Victor to play the part? I forgot to specify when I made the wish. I might have been a little tipsy at the time. Still are. Guilty as charged. Say, why don't you join me? I could use a drinking buddy. You must be sick of chasing after all them tentacles. I'm not ready to give up quite yet. Suit yourself, but heed my words. The sooner you give up, the sooner you'll start taking full advantage of this place, like me. Tell me about this place. You're the center of the dreamscape, kid. This place is like an amplifier for the mind. It makes wishes manifest. How does it work exactly? It's simple. You make a wish and voila, your wish comes true. Let me empty a beer bottle in my hand, for example. What about it? Look very closely. Alakazam! It's not empty anymore. Most impressive. Would you like one? I'm good, thank you. That's what you do all day? Drink beer and watch movies? You make it sound so trivial. This theater could show me anything I want. Any half-forgotten movie I've ever seen. Any memory I care to experience again. I've got an endless supply of beer to wash it all down with. Everything a growing boy needs. How do I find her child? Just let it go, kid. Let go of her child. Best thing I ever did. I'm gonna say the little brat was a complete waste of time. What about everyone else in the house? They're at risk as well. What'd they ever do for you? But Alicia. Alicia was just holding us back, man. I see that clearly now. Marrying her was the worst mistake of my life. I'd be a rock star now if I hadn't met her. Yeah. You can see what he's done with his life since then. Take my advice. Let all that nonsense go. Be a free man again. I'm not sure I could do that. You will, once you've been here long enough. Trust me. How long have you been here? I don't know. Place like a casino. There's no day-night cycle here. No clocks on the walls. Can't you just wish for that? Clocks don't work in dreams. Haven't you noticed? Guess not. What's your estimate? How old do I look? Say around 50? Really? A lot more than I would have guessed. Oh well. Time flies when you're having fun. Take care of yourself, kid. Well, we know one way Victor could end up then. Hey, it's God! Hello? A moment, my child. Oh, great, another one. Let me guess, you just got here, right? I suppose so. How? By boat? I use Alicia's cruise ship. Same here. A lot of us go for that. A lot of us? You're not the first Victor to make it here, and you won't be the last. New Victors come here all the time, trying to challenge me, like puppies gnawing at the feet of the alpha dog. Save yourself the effort, son. It won't happen. Why would I want to topple you? You're vying to be God, of course, just like the rest of them. Can't wait to replace me, can you? You want it so bad you can taste it. You're pretty toppled already. That's blasphemy! You should address me with solemn respect. After all, I'm the one true God. Whatever you say, man. Who are you? I was just like you once, a confused mess. I came here looking for our child, but along the way I discovered my true purpose. And what purpose would that be? To transcend, of course. Transcend? What else would you call it? I was a man, but now I'm God. The Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end, all at once? I knew you wouldn't understand. Just like the rest of them, a bitter and envious pleb. Plebe. Boob. Well, we've been here 5 years, maybe? I've lost track at this point. It's more like 5 decades. Really? It's really been that long? I'm afraid so. Well, I consider it time well spent. I've been a remarkable supreme being. I suppose there was a God ending we avoided. I've changed lives. I made dreams come true. Alright, who cares? Leave me, I've got a universe to run. Looks like the phone I used before, it has a number on the front. Alright, so I got the phone number for God. Piece of paper lies on the ground. Keep your dirty hands off of it. It's the only map of this place actually worth a damn. Maybe I will topple this guy. Just get his stupid map. Wait a minute. Haven't I been here already? Well, yeah, it's a crossroads, genius. The baby. It's Micro Victor. Hello? Are you my child? No. Sorry to disappoint. I'm another Victor, just like you. Another version of me? Something like that. There's quite a few of us here. What can I do for you? Why do you look like that? Why do I look like a helpless baby? Yeah. That's a big question. Have you heard about the birth barrier? The birth barrier? According to a theory, we pass a barrier once we're born. It separates the born from the prenatal. Like a membrane? I think there's more to it than that, but call it what you want. What does that have to do with looking like a baby? The gist of it is we're trying to reach our unborn child, right? Obviously. In order to get there, we have to make our wishes manifest because this place is malleable and conforms to our whims, right? Yes. But in order to make a wish, we have to know what to wish for. We can't wish for something we've never experienced. If we could, we'd just wish ourselves as a mythical unborn realm and save our child lickety-split. Makes sense. None of us can remember that far back. That's why we can't breach the birth barrier. Looks like you got pretty close. Perhaps. I'm still pretty far from being prenatal, though. I dug as far back as I could, but no matter how hard I try, this is as far back as I can remember. I was hoping this might trigger an even earlier memory. And so far as nothing happened. Perhaps you're missing something, possibly. But this is the best idea I've come up with so far. I'm willing to try it out a bit longer. Besides, this crib is pretty cozy. Don't be a stranger. Okay, so this is pretty important information. Here at the center of the dreamscape, there is the birth barrier. And it's a one-way ticket. People pass through the birth barrier when they are born. And then grow and live their lives outside of it. And nobody can pass back through it because they can't remember what it was like. Birth barrier by Trojan. Okay, so we're back to the skeleton path. Okay, good. These are actually kind of constant. They don't make a whole lot of sense in their directions, but they are constant. I think there's only one other way I haven't got. Oh, place confusing. I swear the paths have changed. Shit. Okay, the paths do change. That sucks. Okay, good. This is actually where I want to be. I hadn't been this way yet. Alright, that's not gonna help, actually. I should be a Victor is the one who's tentacled and there's been a giant goose chase. Alright, that got me back to the boat. Need this guy's map. What can you tell me about this map I found? Did you get it from another Victor or something like that? A lot of them draw maps of this place trying to make sense of it, but with their limited comprehension, their maps end up being useless. How so? The place is too complex for a mortal mind to comprehend. It would be like a slug trying to comprehend Darwinian evolution. I have the only correct map of this place. A map drawn by God himself. Mind if I borrowed it? You'd like that, wouldn't you? It'd be quite a trophy to show off to the other victors, I imagine. I'm just trying to make sense of this place. Good luck with that. Don't strain your slug mind too much. What do you know about the birth barrier? Some victors believe the place is not quite the center, that we're merely at the outskirts, and that there's a barrier preventing us from even ever getting to the center. Is that what you believe? I'm God. I don't believe. I know. I can tell you for a fact there's no such thing as a birth barrier. I'm the center of this place. Yeah, this guy sucks. This is a big, stupid idiot Victor. Alright, that's Kid Victor. Man, just when I thought I couldn't like God less. It's getting messy, chat. Did you have a fishing rod before? That's right. I don't use it anymore. Why? My fish catching days are over. Fish are slimy and smell. There are other reasons as well, but I'll keep those to myself. What can I expect? Anything like me, you'll walk around talking to all the different victors, trying to get a grasp of this place. You'll start developing theories about how it works, and then you'll start testing those theories, getting more frustrated as you go, and eventually you'll give up and settle for a place to take the load off. The fish are probably victors as well. That's how it was for me, at least. It's map. You still have yours? I don't have it on me anymore. Another victor tried to steal it from me when I slept, so I hid it where only I can get it. Can I borrow it? I'm afraid not. That's how maps go missing. What about the birth barrier? Not much. It's an idea that attracts a lot of you new guys. I'm gonna save our child as soon as possible, so you're drawn to anything leading in that direction. See those lips, Victor's already a fish. Believe the barrier exists? I searched this place for years when I got here. I've never seen any evidence of a barrier. Okay. Yeah, all this stuff is looping now. Made it back to this suck-ass dude. And the baby. When a game hint, let us know. Yeah, I have found dead Victor. Hey, you want the key to the kingdom of heaven? You want the key to the kingdom of heaven? How'd you get that? I got when they offered me the job as God. No, that can't be right. That key is clearly a fake. I only have the key to the kingdom of heaven. I think a game hint would not go amiss because I'm really not sure what I should be doing next. It seems like I need to get the map from God, but I'm not sure how to go about that. Want it? A fishing rod? No thanks. I stopped fishing some time ago. And some unknown liquor. I don't want to give him that. Maybe I have the phone number for this phone. Maybe I need to go back to the apartment building. Breadcrumbs is a trail marker? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I think I have to try a specific place. Eating days are over. Yeah, let me try going back. Oh wait, I can just fast travel now, right? Yeah, let's move back to the house. And let's try calling God. Excuse me. By liturgical assurances, your prayer may be recorded. Call the old Victor who thinks he's God. Hello? This is God. Heavenly Father is wise beyond words. Oh yeah, I remember these. It's me, Duncan. What can I do for you, child? Repeat my own request. I need your help. They're doing it again. Please help me. Make them stop. Please make them stop. That voice, is that me? I'd be eternally grateful. Yours truly, Victor. Sounds so young. When was this? I see myself. My nose is bleeding. I'm surrounded by children. What happened to me? Wait. I think I remember. This was back at school, wasn't it? I think it was. Make him appear on stage. Did it actually work? Is he gone now? Guess the only one way to find out. Okay, so I may have teleported God Victor away, which would mean I can get his map. Wait, I don't need to do this. Just warp back. Yes, here we go. My wish seems to work. The old fool is gone now. I think God Victor's having a bad time. I mean, Lord God, thou shalt desist and give me a purple nurple. Alright, so what does his map look like? This is not useful. So I guess I need everyone's map. I guess each individual Victor's map is incomplete. About the other Victors. No. What can you tell me about? No. Okay. Do you have a map? Map I found. I realized already drawing a map of this place is a fool's errand, like herding cats. The path keeps shifting. Did you ever try? I never tried to draw a map myself, but I know where you can find a secret map of this place. Let me guess. I tell him if I do something for you first? That's not what I was going to suggest, but alright. You talked me into it. What do you need? Well, since I experienced something new. Like you're drinking and watching the same few things all the time. Why don't you just wish for something new? You can't wish for something you've never experienced. It's like trying to imagine a color you've never seen. Alright, unknown bottle of liquor. Here you go. What's that? Something new to drink. I didn't recognize the bottle, so I guess you don't either. Never tried this. It's delicious. This is the first new beverage I've had since I got here. Thank you. Can I borrow your map now? Sure. It's over there on the wall. The evacuation plan? Yeah, I don't know how accurate it is. It came with the theater. Closest I ever got to making a map. Evacuation plan for this theater. Yeah, we're gonna have to assemble all these. Golden pathing. Golden pathing now. Twenty not so small dream mazes. So I need your map. Tell me about these maps I found. I've got. Was that like a hint? Yes, please. Go right ahead. I'm fading quickly tonight, so the sooner we get through this, I think the better. You can fish here. Perfect. What are you doing? Isn't that obvious? Find your pond to fish in. You don't own it. I wonder if I need to wait for a bite. Never escape fishing mechanics. Nope. I got fish. Hey! What are you doing with that? Throw it back in. I'm afraid I can't do that. Be that way then. Belly for fish protrudes a little bit. Seems the fish has swallowed something bulky. Well, disembowel him, obviously. That seems to have killed the fish. This is a suspected piece of paper in the belly. And it's another map. Young Victor's map. Can I start? Okay, I got this guy's map. Game guide said you need to use the breadcrumbs first, and yet somehow you got back. I used the breadcrumbs back when I first got them. So I've been walking around with a baited fishing pole for a while now. I was left as baby Victor and dead Victor. Did Baby Victor even make a map? Really? Oh, I was really into mapping this place before I realized the place doesn't make geographical sense. For a while, I wanted to compare other Victor's maps to mine, but getting them to relinquish their maps was too much of a headache. Hoping to find common denominators, that type of thing. I trigger my earliest memory. My theory is that the earlier the memory I can recreate, the closer will take you to the birth barrier. Maybe if my first memory allowed me to cross over. Age might be a factor in the birth barrier. It's worth a try at least. Have you given up yet? What do you mean? Oh, the other Victors seem to have given up finding our child, but you're still trying. I haven't given up yet. The trick is to have several theories going at once. If it proves to be wrong, you just try another. The belly button theory. No. Another Victor came up with it. He was convinced he was the original Victor since he had a belly button. The original Victor? He thought it was proof he wasn't a duplicate like the rest of us. What did belly button prove? They had an umbilical cord at one point. They had just stayed inside a woman, as he put it. They hadn't just been wished into existence by another Victor. Theory doesn't make any sense. I have a belly button for starters. So do I. So does every Victor in this place. Theory was disproved thoroughly. He realized he'd been wrong the whole time. He just gave up and became disillusioned with the place. He went all in on a single theory, which proved to be wrong. Once he realized that, he just kind of deflated. Happened to him. I saw him a couple times walking around aimlessly, muttering to himself. Something inside him seemed broken. Yep, that's Grim, all right. Using like cautionary tale. You've got to diversify. So we have a full spread of Victors now. Old, middle-aged, young, and original. Original formula. Got another hint for you. Hit me. Just need extra crispy, Victor. Anyway, we did actually get the map from the dead Victor. I think that was the first one we got. You have to make a baby talk about him getting into fights with other Victors. Okay. Hi there. What can I do for you? Old Victor, the guy's still around. I thought he'd be dead by now. He's been here forever. I used to prank call him when I first got here. Nowadays, I mostly feel sorry for him. Middle-aged Victor is not bad. Used to hang out. I haven't seen him in ages now. Had discussion and went a bit overboard. Both been drinking. What was the argument about? Whether finding our child was possible or not. He thought it was, and I thought it was. We were both trying to argue our position a bit too stubbornly. Things got physical after the dust settled. We never spoke again. He seems like a nostalgic fool when you talk to him. I think he's hiding something. Why do you think that? I heard him talking to himself. What did he say? It sounded like mumbo jumbo to me, like something out of a spy thriller. What do you know about the original Victor? He must be long dead now if he ever existed. I don't think there's much point investigating that, to be honest. Look near the dead Victor. We did get the map from him, if that's what you're referring to. I think we got 4 out of 5 map pieces. Should be a new thing there. Oh, okay. Well, let's have a look-see then. Doesn't seem to be. Look for contemporary Victor and follow him after the conversation with old middle-aged Victors you can find in your scout. Oh, temporary Victor. not sure we've seen Contemporary yet, have we? 'Cause this is young. Contemporary Victor is probably postmodern Victor. Hoping that you triggered a flag to make them appear. It doesn't sound. It doesn't seem like it to me. Because I don't think we've run into Contemporary Victor at all. So I'll sell dialogues in middle-aged Victor, assuming you did give him unknown liquor and take the evacuation plan of the wall. Okay, so we did do that. We have done that. Maybe ask midlife crisis Victor about baby Victor. Do that. Oh, I haven't exhausted all the dialogue options with it. Why did you ban our child? Didn't ban anything. Realized some things. Heard about the birth barrier. I'd like to hear your take. I'm no expert. Another Victor told me about it. Apparently across the barrier once we're born, which there's no way back. Child's on the other side. We can't go where the prenatals are. You can't get unborn. Leaving the womb is a one-way street. No do-overs. Maybe there's a way. Maybe. A lot of us have tried and failed already. Barrier located. I have no idea. Why do you think somebody wished this into existence? Because I was wishing into existence, and so were you. I can be so sure because I've done it myself. Why don't you try it? Wish another Victor into existence. Should do it. How do I know if it worked? Oh, don't worry. You'll run into him sooner or later. I think we might have just made Contemporary Victor then. Why'd you falling out baby Victor? Falling out is putting it mildly. Started out like any other night. We've been watching movies, having a relaxing time. I noticed his map was missing. He noticed the map was missing. Wanted to know if I'd seen or knew where it was. I told him I had no clue. And he tried to frisk me, so I had to ward him off. He started calling me a thief and a liar. Before I knew it, we were rolling around on the floor fighting. He fought a baby? He didn't look like a baby back then. He looked like just like you or me. Anyway, as both of us were tired, he got up and hobbled away. I haven't seen him since. Alright, I think that's the important parts. Try infant suggestion and hang out in the back of the pond for a while. Can you guide us, skip the part where you could fast travel other dreams for achievements you may want to do? I do not. I am not worried about the achievements. I am ready. I am so ready to be done. Oh, who the heck was that? That was Contemporary Victor. You can pick up the shrink gun and witch potion. That's cool. So the idea was if we hang out back here, he'll start talking about himself or something? Talking to himself? Maybe not. I think what I really need to do is find Contemporary Victor. I still don't know how to follow that guy. Did another Victor just come by here? Funny you should ask. He was looking for you too. He was? He said you guys had some kind of deal, but you screwed him over. Does that ring a bell? No. What kind of deal? He didn't specify, but he seemed quite upset about it. I think that might have been the one we switched places with in the mirror. What needs to be in order? What is the order supposed to be? Order mattered. Okay, so he's just talking about the order. I wish I could navigate this place without getting hopelessly lost. Alright, I'm gonna have a look at this guide too. Okay. I wonder... Oh, okay. I think I know how to get the last map. I'm not supposed to be here. I might have to do some other stuff to get his map. I did some stuff out of order. So it's kind of hard to tell what I need to do next by way of the walkthrough. How'd you lose your map? Can't quite remember. I was still drinking. When I woke up, the map was gone. I suspect another Victor took it. But the other Victors... Why do you think middle-aged Victor stole your map? Spur of the moment. Didn't deliberate. My bad. For some reason, when I mentioned my map was missing, I looked over towards him, and for the briefest of seconds, I saw a snide smile flash across his face, like he knew something he wasn't telling. Something inside me just snapped. You know about the Victor looks just like me. I haven't met him yet, but new Victors come and go all the time. I wouldn't worry about him. Alright. Talking about the order. The order of what? Something I heard from another Victor. Apparently the order matters. The order of memories? I don't know. I have to think about that. What are you talking about, huh? Were you eavesdropping on me? I just heard you talking as I approached. I bet you did. What's the order you mentioned? Something I heard a dying Victor say. The order matters. Those were his last words. What do you mean by that? I wish I knew, man. He died before he could explain. We know about Baby Victor's missing map. That's my fault, I'm afraid. You stole his map? I just borrowed it. I had a theory that if I stacked two maps on top of each other and held them against a light source, a hidden meaning would appear. Like we did in Alicia's dream. Precisely. Did that work? I couldn't see anything, but it was worth a try. Maybe if I had more maps, I would have gotten a different result. But I honestly doubt it. Saw the map. I put it right next to his crib so it looked like he dropped it. I guess he hasn't noticed yet. Maybe I needed to do that. Ah, piece of paper. There we go. Okay. I have 5. I need 6. Does Contemporary Victor have one? Oh, no, you don't. No. 5 is enough. Okay. So I think... The walkthrough suggests to pop over to Edie's dream. Use her wall to arrange it. I don't think you have to do this, but it's probably the easiest way to arrange it in-game. It's a bit of a stretch, but what if I can use this wall to rearrange the center? Worth a try, I guess. I guess you do have to do this. think this is the idea. That now if you go past the crib, you can reach the center. It really worked. I actually rearranged the center. One way to find out. She's still floating out there. Why does this... Weird. That's weird. Rearranging this place doesn't seem to have accomplished anything. Oh, wait a minute. No, it didn't work. What the fuck? Followed the instructions. Perhaps the order matter? It does. It does. And I'm following the order. And it's not working. Hope you don't need the 6th map. It says it's optional. The walkthrough gave a specific map layout, and it gave, like, an order that you're supposed to walk through them. And I am doing that, and it's not working. Yeah, it's not working. Have you tried all 5 by the ship in Alicia's light source? 5 by the ship and I don't follow. Oh, no. You don't stack the maps. This is what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't. Man. You need to get the string gun and twig and yarn. I can't tell in this what's actually essential and what isn't. Found a different guy. Okay. According to this one, I do need a 6th map. Did I ask you about... Reading about the victory looks just like me. So you're asking about you, your new newbies, are there feelings? So I think... I have to ask them all about the Victor, contemporary Victor. Don't worry about it, it's bound to happen. You got superseded, you're not the newest one anymore. Now there's one problem though. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hello? Well, if this isn't the deal breaker, why do you call me that? Don't you recognize me? Should I? We have history, you and I. We do? You recognize your own reflection? Wait, are you the victor in the mirror? Bingo, the one who saved you from falling, the one you made a deal with. What are you doing here? How'd you escape the endless void? You wished me here. I did? You don't need to play dumb with me. The middle-aged victor told me all about it. I didn't think that would work. Well, here I am. So, why'd you summon me? Why'd you break our deal? I just wanted to test it. I wanted to see if it worked, I guess. That's a reason, I suppose. Not a good one, but a reason. It worked. Congratulations. Now, if you excuse me, I need to find a spot to rest. My feet are killing me. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Wait, seriously, where did he go? Oh god, there he is. Okay. Hello, deal breaker, what do you want? Are you sure I summoned you? I am. The victor in the movie theater told me so, and he's too drunk to lie believably. What happened to your fall? Absolutely nothing. It was wonderful. Solitude at last. Did you meet Legion? The creepy voices from the abyss? Yes. Sure, they were there as I fell. Did you know you could request things from them? I do. That's how I got the mirror. Wait. Let me get this straight. You're falling in a void of endless nothing, and the thing you asked for was a mirror? I don't know what to say. I mean, I knew we had a vein streak, but you took that to a whole new level. I didn't ask for a mirror. I wanted something to watch, like a television. The mirror is what Legion gave me instead. You don't need to be embarrassed. We're all brothers here. It's totally natural to want to check yourself out during these circumstances. Not weird at all. What'd you wish for? A typewriter and some paper so I can finally write that book I've been thinking about. You still have it? The typewriter? It's still in the void, I'm afraid. I managed to keep a single sheet of paper that was feeding the roller when I got summoned to this place. I drew a map on it to make sense of this place. Can I borrow it? Exchange for what? I don't know. What do you want? You never made me that sandwich. I could really use something to eat. Let's see what I could do. Okay. So we gotta feed this jackass. We're gonna go back to the cruise ship for this. That's a really exceptional animation Victor has when he climbs over that railing. Where is it? Oh, the kitchen! Kitchen here. Could you send some food to the sun deck, please? We're not in service anymore. Why would you make such a request? We have a diabetic passenger with low blood sugar. You need something to eat. All right. Send some soup up in the dumbwaiter. Hopefully not the kind of soup that we made. Seems 60 FPS just for that animation. All right, we got soup. And I should be able to just warp right back, I think. See, I think the reason it didn't work before is because the crossroads where he's sitting isn't fixed. It keeps scooting around. I think the first time I played this, it took me ages to figure all of this out. Hello? Okay, no, I'm not gonna ask you about any of this. I'm gonna give you soup. Here you go. Something to eat. Thank you, that looks delicious. Hello? Can I have the map now? Can I have a map now, please? Sure thing. Something you should know first. This is a blank piece of paper. I lied about drawing a map on it. Why'd you do that? Figured I need more leverage. You wouldn't go look for food for a blank sheet of paper, would you? Perhaps not, no. Alright. Well, here's the thing. It actually does match up to the crossroads that he's laying at. Funny enough. Actually, what am I doing? I have a fast travel map. I can just jump straight back to Edie's. Alright, so the idea here is that you arrange the map starting from the boat in the order of the oldest Victor to the youngest Victor that you wind through. So skeletal Victor, old god Victor, middle-aged Victor, contemporary Victor, young Victor, and baby Victor. That's how that works. I have a good feeling about the placement of the map. So this order take me someplace new in the center? Way to find out. It annoys me that there's loose ends. Yeah, I know. I like the logic of this puzzle, but I don't necessarily like the execution of it. He means on the maps. There's paths on the maps that lead off into nowhere. Something seems to be happening with the archway. What is this place? I'm sure this wasn't here before. Famine, dark figures. Hello? Someone there? Mom? Dad? Are you the doctor? It said he'd be around any minute. I'm waiting such a long time now. Hang on. Yeah. Oh my god. There's one more thing I need. I'm not a doctor. Please help us. My wife's about to give birth. They gave her something to induce labor, but nothing's happening so far. We're worried something's wrong. How long does it usually take? Is the baby okay? I don't know. Could you please help us find out? It really mean a lot. Feels like the solution could be communicating itself without this age order stuff, which is a little arbitrary, but maybe that's just me. Alright. Well, while I go do this... I need to give y'all a content warning. I've been waiting pretty much the entire game for this. But this last part is gonna go some places. And I don't think you're going to be happy about it. Yeah, you did. You did. And I'm not, yeah. I am not going to play around with this. We picked up a coat hanger. The first time I played this game, I was shocked when I got to the end of this. Okay. I do need this. Do Arcane's alternative? We could try. We need the yarn from Selma's realm, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There are actually a couple ways you can do this, and I don't know if this is an improvement or not. Because I think the end result is the same. Frankly. Okay. Oh god, I have to walk the path again. Do your best. I mean, the next 5 minutes or so of this stream are gonna be deeply uncomfortable. Like, straight up. This game wasn't nightmare fuel enough. I mean, it is horror. It is a horror game. How long has it been like this? A few months, maybe more. It's like he doesn't want to come out. Surely there's something wrong. Don't you have equipment for looking inside the body? Like an ultrasound or something? I'll see what I can find. I played Earthbound before. I hope I could take this. This is way beyond that, friendo. This is way beyond that. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Yep. We just had to give ourselves a way up. Mom's feet look like they're cut off stumps. I have something else to comment on in a second here. None of the finger toe extremities have been all that comfortably designed. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. We did an incredible voyage ride at Epcot. This is just like that, except grosser somehow. I don't know if I have anything to say here. Yeah. Talk to Fetus Victor. Hello? Who are you? Don't you already know that? Aren't you just another Victor like me? I am Victor. I didn't know there were any others, though. Haven't you met the other Victors before me? No, I thought I was the only one. How can there be more? We're stuck in a recursive loop. New Victors spawn at regular intervals. Old Victors die and wither away. It's been going on for a long time. So started after I got here. I never saw any other Victors, though I wish I had. I could have used the company. I spent decades walking alone in that miserable place. Are you the original Victor? Not how I'd describe myself, but since I never met any other Victors, it's possible I was the first one. How did you find this place? I started drawing maps of different parts of the landscape, noting down landmarks and features as I walked around. I thought if I had enough map pieces, I'd be able to configure them into one complete chart of this place. Did that work? Not at first. This place shifts constantly, as I'm sure you've noticed. But after a while, I started to notice I could change the landscape I was walking through. If I visited the locations in a certain order, new places would unfold before me. First, I didn't know what to do with that knowledge. But after exhaustive experimentation, more and more new places would become available to me. I don't know how long I spent trying up various combinations. It feels like a century at least, but I finally arrived here at the birth of it all. Is this the birth barrier? I believe it is. Beyond this point lies the realm of prenatals. Then why'd you stop here? Why not go further? We're not meant to cross the barrier. That'd be a transgression against nature. What about our child? Our child is safe as long as someone is willing to block access to the prenatal realm. So I decided to stay here to prevent the machine from reaching the other side. What if the machine already made it to the other side before you came here? Nonsense. I would know. Still, how can we make sure? Rest easy, Victor. I will stay here and safeguard the prenatals for as long as I live. I'm willing to sacrifice myself in order to give our child a chance at a normal life. As long as I stay here, our child will be safe. It is the only way. That sounds like something the machine would say. I'm sure it would, but I'm not the machine. The machine would definitely say that as well. Seems your mind is made up. I won't be able to persuade you. Stand aside. Let me pass. If you want to get to the prenatal realm, you have to go through me first. Then go. So yeah. We have reached an impasse. Okay. Dark humor hiding real discomfort. Now, there may be another way to do this, which is why I grabbed the yarn. We'll see. I don't know. Look, straight up, one last time. One last time. Whatever's about to happen is most likely incredibly unpleasant. So, I'm just warning you. If you want to step away for like 5 minutes or so, feel free. Oh, good. He tied it around his ankle. What are you doing? Stop that. Boy, if we can get him out this way. If. It's a big if. Yep, I'll just drop that yarn there. I mean, this is cool, because... definitely not the way I did the first time. Boy, howdy. Was it not? You're right, push when I say so. Alright. Extra high tensile strength yarn is coming useful repeatedly. You sure this is gonna work? No. Not really. You've done this before, right? Sort of. Done with something smaller, but the principle should be the same. Did it with an acorn! In a burrow! I trust you, good. Count of 3, push as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3. Push. One more. Almost there. We did it! Congratulations, it's a boy. You did it! Sorry I doubted you. Think nothing of it. Think nothing of it. We have a fetus in our inventory now. Interesting. I told you to let me pass. You fool! You don't know what you've done. Put me back. I gotta protect the prenatals. I'm afraid I can't do that. Can I give him to you? Here he is. Healthy little tyke. Thank you. So late, this ordeal is over. What's your name, brave hero? My name is Victor. Victor, eh? That's a nice name. Would you mind if we named our boy after you? The man who brought him in this world? Not at all. Be an honor. That settles it then. Okay, so, in no uncertain terms, if you use the coat hanger, you murder the shit out of him in an extremely graphic fashion. So, let me tell you how happy I am that we didn't actually have to do that. Like, I'm sure you've noticed in this game, they don't fade to black with any of the gory stuff that happens, and that's probably the worst out of all of it. So, anyway, let's forget that ever happened. Hey, there's a narrow passage back here. It seems to lead deeper into the womb. Well, here we go. Let's see where it takes us. This is where I'm supposed to be, isn't it? That voice? Was that me? Indeed. Just a little closer towards the center, if you don't mind. Don't be shy. Step into the light. Hello again, Mr. Neff. I guess you're wondering where you are. What is this place? You're standing in the dreamscape, Mr. Neff. The living, breathing amalgamation of billions of sleeping minds. Each adding their own distinct piece to the puzzle. All connected, all belonging. We look forward to spending eternity with you. Oh, it's our friend Legion. How nice. Oh no. Take a moment to reflect. Who are you? I'm you. Don't you recognize your own reflection? I'm talking to myself now? That doesn't bode well. It's strange how easy I can express these thoughts to you. I hardly know you. I haven't even admitted much of this to myself, even. The subconscious is a strange and powerful thing. This is goodbye, then? Let's reform on some faraway beach, somewhere down the line. Isn't this magical? The first breakfast in our new apartment? Yeah. Want this to last forever. It's nice, surprising there are multiple paths, solutions to some of these puzzles. It is! It is. I was not aware of that the first time I played this. Biblically accurate vagina. Thank goodness for the multiple paths, not the vagina. We know what you mean. It makes you feel better. We're not in a vagina anymore. We're fully 2001ing this, as Manic suggested. Victor has a real thing with abysses, doesn't he? He just can't stay away from them. This isn't a full chapter, don't worry. Where am I now? Did I really pass through the birth barrier? Am I really on the other side? Yeah, also a thing with multiple versions of himself. Thank you, Victor. I wouldn't have been able to reach this place if not for you. I thought I'd be stuck back there forever. Wait. That wasn't you back there in the womb? No. He spoke the truth. He was blocking me from reaching this place. But you took care of that, didn't you? I wish I had more time to stay and discuss things with you. Out of all victors, you were the most ruthless. You'll have to excuse me. I've got a consciousness to transfer. I really don't know if Victor is the real Victor or not. I'm so confused. He is one of many victors. He is one of a vast array of victors. Game does have lots of hiking, yes. Lots and lots of hiking. I think they really want you to feel the gravity of this. Quite beautiful, some wallpaper material. The art direction in this game is amazing, especially since it's dealing with a lot of like really high concept stuff. I remember being very impressed at this part after recovering from the abject disgust of what I had to do to get here the first time I played it. But it's such a neat concept. Except for Victor's hairdo, I could do without that. Approach child. Hello, child. Victor, you're too late. I didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice. Let my child go. I'm afraid I can't do that. This is my only shot at life. You made sure of that when you cut all of my other roots. You don't deserve to live. You're a parasite. You only live at the expense of others. Without a host, you're nothing. The same can be said for your child. Does it not draw life from Alicia? Without her, it'd be dead. That's different. We chose that. We didn't choose you. Leave my child now. Or else, I'll rupture the umbilical cord I'm standing on. You'd murder your own child just to deny me life? If it comes to that, then yes. I'd rather kill you both than see my child grow up as some kind of machine-controlled zombie. What if there was another option? Like what? What if I transferred my consciousness to you? And suppressed me like you did the others? I'm suggesting a symbiosis. A merged being, free to explore the dreamscape. The first of its kind. Would you let my child go? Of course. But you must understand, if we do this, you can never leave the dreamscape again. That would sever my last remaining source of energy, killing us both. What about Alicia? What about the others in the estate? They'll wake up as soon as I transfer my consciousness to you. Very well. I accept. Good. It will take a few moments, and I can't guarantee it'll be entirely pleasant for you. I'll release your child in the meantime. Very well. Hello? Hello? You can talk? Yes. I think so. Is that what we're doing right now? Yes. Who are you? I'm your father. You're my child. Yes. In this incarnation, that's true. But we'll come back here again in different forms. What is this place? It's where life finds shape and form. These are all children gestating? Not just children. Animals too? All things. All life dreams, Father. Victor? I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm done. I've transferred my consciousness to you. We can leave. Will I ever see you again? I can't join you in the waking world. I have to stay in the dreamscape. Perhaps I can come visit you when I sleep. I hope you do. What's my mother like? You'll like her. I wish I could be there with you both. So do I. What happens now? How do we get out of here? I think I can conjure up a mode of transportation from your memory, if you'll allow me. Do it. Were you really planning to murder me just now? Where should we go? I'll let you decide that, Victor. You're the dreamer, after all. Alright. I think I know a place. Goodbye, Father. Goodbye. Victor? Are you alright? What's that on your head? Wake up, Victor. You're scaring me. Please wake up. Final puzzle in the game. There's a gap in between, there's a gap where you meet, where I end and you begin. That is the Dream Machine, chat. I remember being pretty upset at the end of this. Not necessarily in a bad way, but there is no happy ending to this game. And it's a combination of a lot of things, I think. It's the mistakes of Morton's family and those that brought the Dream Machine into existence, but it's also Victor's mistakes. You know, it's the way he went about trying to save the day. And now you know why this is the title screen. He wanted to make peace with the machine. They could have come to an arrangement anytime beforehand. He was hell-bent on his destruction right up until that last moment. Yeah. Yeah, Victor made it a fight to the very end. And there are, you know, it goes both ways. There are scenes earlier in the game where the machine it comes across as evil and vindictive, but there's other times where it's just, you know, fighting for its own survival. Given the options to get through the birth barrier, I'm actually kind of surprised there wasn't an option to refuse the deal and sever the umbilical cord. That is interesting, isn't it? That is interesting, because you know, y'all were spared this, but you have to murder a fetus in one path to get in there to see that final scene. It really colors the end of the game. And it really shows just how, well, the machine said it itself, how ruthless Victor is. Because he really is. We commented on it a couple nights ago. He does some bad stuff. He does some pretty unethical, some shady shit to get this job done. He's not... He's certainly not the traditional hero, you know? He does things in a very messy and often brutal way. Give me the options. Oh yeah. How many people died IRL due to Morton? Like a lot. Like the Morton's dream experiments caused more than a few fatalities. Not a real fetus though, just another regressed recursive copy. It is. I appreciate it a lot more now. I mean, I've always felt this was a good game. I reviewed it after I played it before. I gave it a very positive review, but I was sure to call out the ending, just to warn people to be prepared for that. Having played it again, yeah, I think the themes of it are really, really interesting, and they come together better than I thought initially. The first time I played it, I thought the episodic nature of it kind of broke the narrative up and made each of the individual chapters feel very, very different thematically. But now, playing this again, I see that it fits a lot better. It all builds in a much more complete way to that conclusion. I get some pro-forced birther vibes with that end cycle. I don't really see it like that. I think the point of the ending is to show just how desperate Victor is to destroy the machine. Because that draws such a sharper contrast to the final decision, where the machine is the one being reasonable. Yeah, definitely Arcane. Most of Victor's crimes were just dream crimes, thankfully. But I mean, in the context of the game, like the dreamscape is another sort of reality. You know, the events taking place in the dreamscape, the struggle happening is very much life and death. So, and we know from Selma's dream that there is a persistence to the dreamscape. The beings that live there do live there. How did it end? I just got here. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I want a happy ending. I was hoping that somehow Victor would make it out of the hospital alive. I mean, in a sense, he does. Just in the dreamscape. I think it's... I think it's helpful to look at the game as a whole and consider how much time is spent, how many events take place in the dreamscape, how it's established as an actual place, one that can be mapped, one that can be explored, one that can be lived in. You know, Selma's dream was an entire, you know, valley of villages and settlements of different beings living there. You know, Alicia's dream was that massive cruise ship crewed by victors and, you know, had guests from all over the place. Like from a certain perspective, like all that is, as it's presented in the game, is just as real as what's happening in the real world. You know? Victor starts the game as somebody who exists only in the real world and can occasionally, you know, like glimpse into the dream world. And he ends as somebody who exists entirely in the dream world. From a certain perspective, that's really not so different. Does also presuppose that Alicia takes over the building after the police investigation and keeps the machine running, but somehow never tries the helmets on Victor. I mean, well, I'm not sure, because see, we don't see anything after the end of the game except this. I'm not sure the machine actually still exists in the real world. Yeah. Yeah, I think after the machine transfers itself to Victor, I don't think it needs the machine or the tentacles or any of that. Because all the tentacles were severed except the last one that had reached past the birth barrier. And it only did that to transfer its consciousness into the unborn child. It wasn't feeding through that tentacle anymore. So yeah, I don't think the machine exists in the real world anymore. You know, I'm not sure Victor needs to either. Like, I don't know if Victor's body dies if he's able to continue on in the dreamscape because of this unique existence he has merged with the machine. It said if he were to leave the dream, it would lose his power source and both would die. Well, because yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I don't know. It's all conjecture at this point. An epilogue where Giant Baby gets to have father-son chats with Victor in his dreams would have been nice. That would have helped. I think that would have brightened the ending a bit. Would not exploding the organ thief puzzle project have let the dream machine live separately? I have no clue. No, it would have. It would have. Edie's dream continued without her. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Because, yeah, she was definitely dead. You know, actually, that's really interesting, in fact. Because Edie was dead in the real world. But she was still out there drifting in the void in the dreamscape. So it does seem like people live on in the dreamscape. I wish they'd explore that more with Mr. Morton, since he dies at the beginning of the game. Very interesting. But yeah, actually, the organ thief project is a really good example because, yeah, if Victor hadn't done that, the machine would have had its own body and presumably wouldn't have needed the actual machine or the tentacles or anything else. That might have been a more ideal ending. She wasn't fully dead yet, but Victor got out again. She wasn't all dead. She was mostly dead. She wasn't all dead. All right, now after a while, people drift to the edge of the dreamscape and disappear. Yeah. I don't buy it. The Organ Thief project was completely made out of dream organs. Well, yeah. It wasn't going to leave the dream. It was going to stay there. So a body made of dream organs would be perfectly functional for it. I mean, what do you think Victor's body in the dreamscape is made of? It's got to be dream stuff. His flesh and blood body is still here in the real world. There's something that gives you a lot of questions. There's an achievement, the spoiler-free walkthrough mentions for visiting Edie in the dreamscape when you're in the false apartment. Interesting. Yeah, for those of you that weren't poking around in the walkthrough, there are a lot of achievements for this game. They added them later. They added them after I first played through this game in 2017. There's like 40 some achievements in it. And actually, let me pop out of here. Because we've done what we came here to do. Certainly. Yeah, there's 46 achievements in this game, and I got 28 of them. And a few of those were optional. God, it's just perfect timing, Gnarl. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, we just wrapped up the Dream Machine at long last. You think that's clay you're walking on? So maybe death is not the end, truly. Probably for the best, unless you want an emotional song. Gnarl, have you played the Dream Machine, haven't you? I feel like you might have. You have? It's been years though, yeah. Well, you might be due for a replay because this was a hell of an experience. So. I am glad we went through it. I'm glad we did this. It's a shame it was such a struggle because of how exhausted I've been. But yeah, I'm glad we've done this. Still shaking. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it is a very good game, and I would say a good horror game, because the horror is not exactly. I mean, there's certainly gore in it. There's some horrific situations, but I think the horror hits a lot deeper. If anything, it hits like the horror, the existential horror in something like Soma, which is really, really good. So glad they finished the game. It took a long time to make. It did, didn't it? Yeah. Back during the heyday of episodic games. It reminds me of Kentucky Route Zero. How long that took to get all of its chapters. But yeah. Anyway, chat, it is late. I went way later than I was expecting to tonight to finish this, but I'm glad we did. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad we've doed it. So anyway, tomorrow night is the Power Hours, a much needed return to the pages of Nintendo Power. And then next week we'll talk about that. Yeah. You're welcome, Grunt Fodder. Believe me, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about that as well. Yeah, we will talk about next week, because yeah, I'm not sure I have it in me to continue Spooktober stuff while everything going on around me is so stressful. But we'll talk about that more probably tomorrow night. So anyway, let's see. Let's see if I can find somebody to raid. Is there anybody up? No, there's nobody up. That's fine. I think we could all use some rest right now. But yeah, anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thanks for sticking with me through this evening of questionable games of all shapes and sizes, and then witnessing the incredible conclusion of the Dream Machine. I hope you had a good time, and hopefully I will see you out tomorrow night for the Power Hours. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.